In this video, I'm going to show you how to modify CalKit in FieldFox or import or add another CalKit. So this is Data Links, the free software we have. You go and you add your instrument that is sitting on the LAN, on the network, 38.203. I like to see the ID inquiry. So there's my N9952A FieldFox. I right click and I say Show Files. And this is the directory structure that's under user data in FieldFox. There's CalKits in there, cables. There could be lots of other things depending on what you have. All FieldFox CalKits that are used sit under CalKits. So this is a directory that's there. You can add CalKits to it, you can delete CalKits, you can modify it. An easy way to make a new CalKit is to modify an existing one. And I have, let's say, a type N CalKit. So I'm going to edit this 85032E, which is the closest CalKit to it, for example. So I right click and I say open. And this is now going to bring up what's called the CalKit editor. We've integrated this tool that used to be used with ENA and PNA into Data Link. Now they have it integrated into their analyzers, but you can install this CalKit editor as a standalone. Here, for example, you can go into the standards and change the short. Let's say you want to change the delay to your CalKit. You can change the whole calibration. This is a complicated CalKit. Setting up CalKits is a complicated procedure. You can read app notes on it. But here we'll do something very simple, let's say. Let's just say we want to name this. We have an identical CalKit, but it has a different name. I'm going to call this AFC 85432E. This is the name that shows up in the CalKit wizard, this CalKit name here, and that's the description that you would see in there. So I've changed the name, then I say save. It's going to save it somewhere on my computer. I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I already had this before, and I'm going to name it AFC 85032E. And I say save. I had done this once before, so you see that again. So this is my CalKit now. Then I say close. Now I come back here, I right click on user data, and I say send file to instrument folder. So now this is taking it from my computer, putting it in the instrument. So I say send file to instrument folder. I have put it on the desktop, so I navigate to desktop. I say pick this file, AFC, open. Now it's saying it's putting it in user data CalKits AFC. Okay. So if you look here, you don't see it, but if you right click on the model and say show files, this is refreshing that directory. And now if I go into CalKits, there's my AFC CalKits directory. So now I'm going to come to my FieldFox, and this is the same FieldFox I'm hooked up to, and I go into Cal, Mechanical Cal, and that was a type N CalKit. So I say change dot connectors, type in, and it was type in mail. Next. And there is my AFC CalKit that I just generated. So that's how you could do it. I want to point out a few things here too. When you want to right click to send the file to instrument folder when you've edited this kit, be sure you're on user data. Don't be clicked somewhere else. You can be in CalKits and send file to instrument folder, but this won't work. And let me show you why this won't work so you understand the structure. I'm going to go into my desktop and I'm going to rename this AFC. I'm going to call it Movani, my last name. Okay. So let's say that's a new XKT you've been given, and you want to put that XKT into FieldFox. You come in CalKits, you say send file to instrument folder. I pick Moveni. Okay. But this file is not going to show up now in my CalKits directory. Even if I refresh, say show files, user data, CalKits, there is no Moveni. And I'll show you the reason. Look at the path where it's sending it to. It's sending it to CalKits, CalKits. It needs to be in the high level, and I misspelled my own name. Okay, so to send the file, I have to be in user data, say send file to instrument folder. Then if I pick it, then it puts it in the CalKits directory. And if it's in the CalKits directory, you're all set. I want to show you one last way. If for those users who are comfortable with the DOS prompt, CD desktop, you can FTP to FieldFox analyzers. You can do FTP, and this we were at K-N9952A-474. You log on with Anonymous. And the password is an email format. You see it says email name. It doesn't really matter. Anything with an at something works. Then you can cd into user data. You change directories into CalKits. And this is a listing of all your CalKits. There's my Moveni, my misspelled name. So let's say I want to fix the spelling of that. I can get that mgets mstar.star. I think this should work. I don't want all of them. Yes. So now I've got my file. So now I'm going to rename. I don't know what the rename command is in Unix. So if I come here and I will rename my file with my correct last name. Now I'll FTP back to the box, back as anonymous, an email format. Then I go to user data, I go to CalKits. This is my misspelled name. Now I'm going to put my correct one there. That's my correct spelling of my name. No, I don't need any of this other stuff. So now if I come into my FieldFox CalKit editor, and I think if I just load the Cal wizard, it automatically loads those up. I go to change .connectors. Those were all type in CalKits. So I go to type in next. Oh, is it type in male? Okay, so change this gender to male. Now I should have all my CalKits. There's my first AFC. Oh, I see. These are all the three. And this is interesting. I changed the file name, but I did not change the label in the file. That's why all three of them actually show up as AFC. The file name is not what you see here. You know, what you see here is the label. So if I go back to my data link, I do show files. Let me exit out of here. Exit out of here. User data, CalKits. There's my correct spelling. I open it. You see, it's still called AFC, so I can call this one Moveni 85432E. Save. Let's put it on the desktop in the correct way. Yes. Close. Then I have to come back here and say, I'm clicking on the box, the same process, send file to instrument. I'm picking Moveni. Now it's put it in user data. Now if I bring up the CalKit editor, mechanical cal, let's change it back to type in. Next. Oh, it was type in male. Type in male. And now you can see the Moveni directory. So the label has to be changed. That's what matches here. So this is really the Cal GUI. You can put files in here. You can take files out of here. You can also do the same process with USB stick. It's just as long as your CalKit ends up in the CalKit directory in the XKT format, then you can bring it up in the Cal Wizard.